Welcome everybody to the Infinite Gaming Podcast. This is the first time any of us has really done anything like this, so bear with us.
Yay.
Yeah, so I guess we should start off by letting everybody know who is part of this podcast.
It'd
So,
be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm Dark Maniac.
I'm Adelphos.
And Baggers 140.
And Schnurs.
Hi.
So that's all we got for this week. I guess
Yep.
some of the other guys in the community couldn't make it. Maybe we'll see them at a later date.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it'd be nice to have a changing roster, I think, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we've compiled a few topics, haven't we?
Right.
For discussion.
And
Yeah. Should we get started? So we may as well go over, server news.
right.
So this is the podcast. I think we're going to try and keep it kind of regular, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Either weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. And it's actually going up on a new channel as well that Dark's set up, which is the Infinite Gaming Network.
Yep. I think it's something different, and I just titled it Infinite Gaming Network.
Is it?
Oh, I know what it is. The email's something different. We're not worried about that. The channel is Infinite Gaming Network.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also have UHCs going up, and one went
Yes.
up about 3 minutes ago, and I think I'm the only person here who
33.
wasn't in it. So,
Yeah.
how was it?
It was
It was-
fun.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely fun.
It was really good.
At least we had
Uh-huh.
fun in our team. Team
Yeah.
Red.
We had a lot of fun on our team.
Well, we're
Can't-
the team of champions, I guess.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
But
Um,
not spoilers. I mean,
uh,
do we know if
winner,
it was on about the blue
runner-up?
team or the red team?
I think.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
I was kind of interested to see just two teams.
yeah, it was.
Was it quite a quiet season?
It was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of activity, to be fair. But we did start off with singles.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
really?
Giraffe.
Yeah,
well,
but it
that's-
failed.
Giraffe showed up like 5 minutes after we had started doing the singles, and everybody was okay with just starting over and doing the teams.
I think
Yeah.
the most favorable was for Guilds, since he got blown up by a creeper down to 1 heart right at the start.
Yeah, and like the crazy thing about it is when we decided that we were gonna do teams, there was a lot of confusion when we were doing the voting because we were trying to
Yeah.
debate whether we should do 3 teams of 2 or 2 teams of 3. You can understand the confusion there, right?
Yeah, I can see how that would be really difficult.
Like, I want
but-
2 of 3, and then someone saying I'd want 2 of 3, but then also meant 3 of 2 or something like this, and it
Yeah.
just went on forever.
But eventually we landed on the 2 teams of 3.
Were there any gimmicks? Like,
Uh,
say, player heads or more?
Well, not exactly. I mean, there
We
was the
discussed Mole.
Yeah.
Like, we were going to do
Yeah, I
Mole,
know-
but
I
it was
know.
going to take a bit to set up or something.
Yeah, I know the mole was getting thrown around as an idea for a while on the Reddit, and I was going to try and make the UHC, but I ended up getting drunk instead, so I'm sure you can understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody should go watch UHC stuff, because it is
Yes.
really fun. And
Very
I think it's
exciting.
one of my favourite things that, we can put out, if that makes
Yeah.
Right. It's pretty much the only thing I have infinite gaming wise on my channel. I need to fix that. And I will be fixing that whenever I have the time. I'm going to start doing more community videos.
Speaking of infinite gaming stuff, there is sort of mumblings of maybe resetting the server. I think I'm for it nowadays.
Yeah.
At the first, I wasn't particularly excited about it because I've got that many projects on the server that are
Right.
not even a quarter finished. But then, I just think a fresh start with everybody at the same sort of playing field would be really nice for the community and get a lot of people back in.
Right.
Where
Yeah,
these lot sort of standing on it. Hello?
Yeah, I think everybody's like not wanting to be the person to talk because
Yeah.
like they don't want to interrupt if somebody else goes to start. I'll go ahead and give my input though. I'm for it for the simple reason that, like you said, it's gonna bring a lot of people back in. Like it's a fresh start, which is a bit bittersweet because it's like now I have to go do this stuff all over. But that's the thrill of it is reliving everything, getting to start fresh and learning to do things in a new way, like taking the all the hardships that you learned from maybe the previous season of learning to build a different way, and then it maybe not looking out the way you wanted to do it, and having to go back and revise it and all that, and then you can take those past experiences onto the new server and maybe try new things. So
Yeah, I think that's one of the most fun things about Minecraft. Anyway, is the start. It's the
Right.
it's the part where the game's actually a threat to you. Whereas when you get your diamond armor, it's less of a threat. It's just you can walk through stuff.
right.
I think
Apart
kind
from
of,
withers.
I think I like the good thing about having a map reset as well. It kind of puts everyone on a level playing field. So the people
Yeah.
who joined more recently as well,
I,
you can kind
I-
of see their builds evolve and see the ideas that they actually have.
Yeah, I pretty much joined when Spawn was finished. Like at the point it's at now. The only things that are different are like the melon and pumpkin farm, and it's had a bit of a prettying up, and then I've built the villager thing. But there's not been that much changed around there, so it'd be nice to see it sort of evolve.
Yeah.
And
Just coming
like
from me.
another thing is there's a lot of people that kind of left after making some really awesome builds on the server, and so we don't
Like
have
the
some of those people
cathedral.
anymore. So having new people come in and see those old builds and be like, who built this, and those people not being there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes people. It discourages people from logging in, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not.
I never felt discouraged. I felt like, especially with the cathedral at spawn, that was unfinished since I started, and I sort of mentioned that
Yeah.
Was
I
it
may
being
finish
picked up
it. Yeah, I think he did come back on for a while. But
Yeah,
then
it's also progress, but that's
Yeah.
already a while ago.
I think a lot of people are just sort of not done, but they're just getting a bit tired of seeing the same old sites on the server.
Right. So a server reset is a really good idea.
I think it's coming. I think a lot of people just basically vote for it nowadays at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've also, a lot of us have discussed custom terrain.
at least with the
Yes.
trial period, I think everyone
Yeah.
is gonna approve
Yeah.
of that, since we don't lose the map really.
Yeah, I'm
And-
I'm a little dubious myself, mainly because I think a lot of them look already finished. Like there was one I think you linked that yesterday, Dark, that I went
Yeah.
on to, and there were like entire cities already populated,
Oh yeah.
and I
I
just
mean,
thought that was a bit
I
of a step
tried.
forward.
Yeah, I tried to do like a trial run of it for like 15 minutes, and that 15 minutes turned into like 2 or 3 hours because that is a
Really?
really fun map. It's got
It is really cool.
it's got a lot of pre-built stuff, which is good and bad. It's good in the way that there's a lot more exploration. Like I found myself walking everywhere, and like the terrain itself is beautiful, and the builds. A lot of the caves looked too dangerous for me to even try to attempt to do anything with. Like
Yeah,
I
I
started to go into a cave, and like 4 creepers spawned in front of me, so I stayed away from caves and dungeons.
I just flew
and
around on
stuff.
creative.
Yeah.
So I had a look at the caves, and a lot of them were just basically ravines, just with a lava bottom to them.
Right.
And then sort of halfway up the ravine, there'd be sort of a big cave system. But there seemed to be no resources, which put me off
Yeah.
a little bit.
I think that's part of the World Painter cave
Yeah.
systems, which I'm not a big fan of. They are a bit more realistic than Minecraft, but I'd rather have the Minecraft caving
Yeah.
experience with all the twists and turns and tunnels.
There's a lot of tweaking to be done, at least.
Right.
finding a world that we're all happy with and that we'll all spend as long a time as possible on. I should hope. We may even possibly. Well, I know you started making your own, didn't you, Dark? And I had a dabble with World Painter.
Yeah,
And
I
it'd take a while.
I started to try to
Build
make
them.
one, and then I realized like how in depth you can go with it, and how easy it
Yeah.
was to make mistakes and stuff. And I'm getting a little bit discouraged with it, especially with all the stuff I have going on in real life. I don't really have the time to put into it to make it what I want it to be. But
Yeah.
if I can get past all that, then I'll continue working on it and see where that goes.
Yeah. Anybody? Anything else to say about the server?
Nope, I think I'm done.
Didn't we also have like a little bit of a discussion about using different texture packs and different shaders and stuff, depending on what
yeah.
somebody's computer can handle it?
I mean, providing people can handle the shaders. I mean, I've played on the server with them on anyway, the current one.
Right.
Not to record just because my frames go to about 22, which isn't ideal for recording gameplay.
I think, like, if we go the route, like, let's say we do a video by ourselves on the server, I think it's okay to use different texture packs and shader packs then. I don't think we should require people to use those.
Yeah.
No.
But,
I honestly prefer Minecraft vanilla textures
right.
to the majority of shader packs texture packs I've seen. So
I find myself going back to vanilla very, very frequently.
yeah.
Another thing is, like, when you get involved in those community videos, I find myself, when I'm watching two different perspectives at the same time, I find it weird seeing one of them running a texture pack and the other one running vanilla.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think a good way about going about it is to run vanilla when you're doing community events and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, especially with builds in community areas, like,
yeah,
say I came on with a texture pack that completely changed quartz from white to black, it'd
Yeah.
make every build look so different and sort of not what the person intended it to look like. So if the other people are judging off that build instead of what they've actually built, I don't know, it might just discourage people and like make people have preconceptions of other people's building skills based on their own texture pack,
yeah.
which isn't the greatest.
The only other thing is texture packs which are just kind of more refined vanilla textures. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a bit of a better look
Like
to them, or a
Faithful.
little bit smoother look to them, or
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm always using.
I've
I
noticed,
found one.
U-bags that we're
It's-
using Optifine with the grass going up the sides of
Yeah.
blocks, and
Mhm.
I think that looks fine myself. I think it looks quite nice,
Yeah.
I know
and
Grim's
it
been
doesn't
using it as well.
detract much.
And shaders are the same way. As long as you're not, like, running a crazy texture pack along the shaders, I think shaders are fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But
I
yeah,
found a
for
texture
the
pack called, I think, Red.craft.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that's-
I think I've used that one.
Craft. That's
Yeah.
an awesome one.
I wish it would get
Yeah.
updated. Like, I don't think it's up to date to 1.8. It might
Uh,
be.
The version I have is for 1.8
Yeah.
actually.
Ah.
Yeah.
1.8.
Oh, I think I know what it was. I think I was looking for a 512, and they
Oh,
only had
okay,
like
yeah. I
like
got
32.
these. I'm running
that-
64 or 128.
because I got
Yeah,
a new
mine's-
computer.
That's the most.
I got
How
a new
is
Yeah.
it?
It's really really
Beautiful.
awesome. I've got an i5 Intel Core, and the graphics card I'm running is an R990, so I can handle Minecraft with 512 and shaders and all the crazy
Yeah.
stuff at decent frame rates.
I was really glad you went for the i5.
Yeah.
'Cause I know on the Reddit you were posting builds, and they kept sort of AMD chips kept sneaking in, and in
Mhm.
my experience, AMDs just they never quite get to the same speed as
Yeah.
the Intel ones, and they
And I
never
started
get to the
seeing
same
that.
performance.
I started seeing that
Yeah.
more and more everywhere. So
Again, I'm running a AMD 8-core thing, and I had it for a year. I think it's better than the Intel, the i7 that I had before.
Yeah, I mean a lot of them it depends on the clock speed. Like
Yeah.
the AMD cards generally have a higher clock speed, so they're going to do serial processes a lot faster, and that's what
Yeah.
most games are. To be fair, it's only like Minecraft put the multi-core thing in quite recently, and that boosted my performance loads because I know Intel do the different cores sort of handling the data between them better than AMD do, whereas AMD just have more cores. So they both have the strengths and weaknesses really. I just always tend to sort of err on the side of Intel ones, just because I know that they're safe.
So
I like computer stuff.
yes, and speaking of my new computer, I've been like able to branch out and play a lot more games that I wasn't able to play on my laptop. So
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about some of the games we've been playing.
Fantastic
Yeah.
segue.
I tried. I've been diving a little bit into Planet Side 2. That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
played
ever heard
that
of that?
a while ago.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like an FPS. It's an MMO FPS, which is it's interesting. It's got one of my favorite mechanics of 3 big teams against each other, as opposed
Yeah.
to just your basic 2. I like having the
Yeah.
3 teams.
yeah. I've downloaded it once, but never actually launched it.
Yeah.
which is the case of most of my Steam library, to be honest. But I have a friend who's put more hours into that game than any other game, so I know it's got to have some really good draw to it.
yeah.
Yeah, I played that like a really long time ago. I don't know whether it changed much or not, but yeah, when I was playing it with a few friends of mine, we were always having fun since we were just running around, derping around, having some
Yeah.
fun. But you also could just go kind of serious mode and engage targets like with a certain plan and everything.
Yeah, it always sort of struck me as a Battlefield game with sort of more space age elements.
Yeah.
Like, can you not get like jetpacks and that sort of thing on there?
Yeah, you can.
From
Yeah,
what
you
I've
can.
seen.
Mm-hmm.
So almost
One of my
like a
favorite
Titanfall
one of my-
and Battlefield had a baby.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about it is like the openness of it. Like I'm not restricted. Like there's not an invisible wall up the mountain. I can go
Yeah.
up that mountain and be a sniper and like try to snipe people from further away, which I'm not that good at right now.
But give it a few weeks when you've got your practice in, and you'll
Right.
be one of the best.
Yeah, I
And
suppose it
there's
sounds a lot better than like the little Call of Duty maps that you get where you can just you have one spot and you can only see like 24, 30 feet in front of you.
Yeah,
yeah,
You can't really call that sniping as such.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean-
the sniper helps, but
There is a certain distance where people disappear, which is kind of a
it's
bummer,
not the
but
greatest, is it?
yeah. It's not like super close though. It's a decent like distance. It's a lot harder to hit people at that distance, but
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4, and have been for about 8 months now. It got a lot of flack when it first came out for being just broken.
Yeah.
So I never played it when it first came out. And to be honest, I never really played shooter games until Battlefield 4.
yeah.
But since then, it's just drawn me in. Like every day, almost, I'll play a few games of Conquest, just because there's sort of it's just really fun when you're doing well. When you're doing well and you're not just getting killed
Yeah.
from every angle. I think it's one of the most fun games I've played.
I think it's like that with pretty much every game now.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
more fun when
That's
you're
true.
just not being slaughtered from every side.
Yeah.
exactly.
But games like, say, Chivalry, I don't mind getting slaughtered because they've obviously done better than me. It's a lot more based on skill.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Chivalry is a difficult game to play, whereas in Battlefield, any little plonker can run up with your tier with a pistol while you're regenerating health or something. And yeah, it's
That
a
person
great
would be
game.
me.
Did any of you play Battlefield Hardlines beta?
I
no.
did. I played it on
I-
Xbox.
I played
On
it when it first
Xbox.
came out, first beta. But
Wow.
I didn't enjoy it.
I didn't enjoy it at first, but I sort of got used to it, and it was really
Oh,
quick
okay.
and really it felt a lot more like almost like a Counter-Strike game because the time to kill was just that fast.
I've seen a lot of
It-
videos.
2
of it being
pistols,
played.
you'd just be dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I don't
is.
think it's worth the price it's at the minute, myself.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, but
That's
expensive.
since basically Battlefield 4 or something like that got out, I was just basically disappointed with Battlefield games since I was so hyped from Battlefield 3 and was so
Yeah.
excited. I just kind of felt let down.
Yeah. I mean, Battlefield 4 is fixed now. It's
Okay.
very playable. Whereas when it first came out, it was just people with 0 health running everywhere and people glitching through walls and stuff like that. So it just sucks that it's taken this long to get to a decently playable sort of state, really, I think.
Yeah, I think if they pushed the deadline back by another month,
Yeah.
well, I know GTA did it a lot, pushed it a lot back than 1 month.
Which
but-
sucks so bad.
I want that game on PC so bad. I've
Me
been
too.
waiting.
yeah,
But I'm
it
glad.
sucks.
I'm glad they're kind of taking their time on it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I'd rather it come out with polish.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want people just glitching through walls and stuff, and because
Exactly.
it won't be a good first impression. I mean, I played it on Xbox and I played it on PlayStation 3, and
Right.
it's a good game, even though it took so long for it to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Still
first
waiting on those
initial
heists,
release date
though.
to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
This is
the
one
good
of those.
thing. That's the good thing about it being put out on PC later is like it's gonna launch with heists.
Yeah,
Woo!
Soon.
yeah. But yeah, it's a good game. I think there's still some bugs in it, but
Yeah.
I think with those kind of games, though, a few bugs, it's a very fun game. It doesn't take itself that seriously. So
Right.
even if there's a few bugs where, I don't know, I've seen ones that Achievement Hunter have done where they basically put a tank's turret gun thingy in the back
Mhm.
of
yeah,
an army
armored vehicle. Yeah,
personnel vehicle, and they both just fly into the air.
yeah.
So
I think
stuff
bugs
like that, I
is
think
good.
it's just fun. It's something
Yeah.
that it's just humorous. Whereas if it's
It gives you something to do, because I know the times
Yeah.
that I've played that game, you get so bored so quickly, and there's not really that much to do. You can't just do races all the time or little jobs and stuff. You just want to go around, have fun, mess about, break the game, and do it
yeah,
all over again next week.
Have you heard of the Chiliad mystery then?
I've heard of it. I don't really know what
Yeah.
it is.
So basically, there's a very large group of people out there that are content that Rockstar has hidden the jetpack within GTA 5. So there's like a lot of people scouring the entire map and all the game files and stuff, looking for the tiniest bit of hints of how they can unlock the jetpack legitimately. And there's been like a little bit of discovery here and there, but so far the jetpack still hasn't been found. And like they found out that there's this weird box at the Electrius camp, for example, that they can't get it to open, but they know it can somehow because of the game files. And like a lot of people are trying to connect it to the jetpack, but I don't know. Rockstar's a really, really smart group of people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess it's like the Battlefield dinosaur hunt thing
Yeah.
yeah.
where
They did the
yes.
Phantom assignments, didn't they, recently? Where you can get a bow and arrow in Battlefield 4, but it was
What?
just impossible to get without a team of 4 people. So I like it when developers do that sort of thing.
Right.
it
It
just
adds
something extra. To the game.
another level of depth for like when the standard gameplay gets boring. It
Yeah.
adds like a ton of stuff for you to do, a lot of time for you to pour into the game to get that little bit of extra satisfaction with it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah, any other games we've been playing?
I've been
Yeah.
playing a big variety of games. I kind of fell back to my old love, World of Tanks, which I have
Yeah.
been playing since 2012, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, then I
Wow.
took
I've never
took a-
given that game a chance, to be honest.
yeah.
when
I-
you advance pretty much or pretty far up into the text tree, it's really awesome. basically, I got hooked to it once I started it, playing it again. And yeah, I just looked. I created my account on 2nd May of 2011. Even.
Wow. So 4
So yeah,
years.
it's even older than my Steam and YouTube account.
Wow.
But no,
I think my
YouTube is...
Minecraft account's about that
Okay.
old, if not
Whoa,
the year
okay.
before, maybe. One of those.
Hmm.
I bought it just before the Halloween update, I think,
Which one
when
was
I
that?
got it. It was... I can't
1.3
remember.
something?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think I got it back
It was
in,
early on.
in 1.25. I think it was the golden age of
I-
modding.
Yeah.
I think I was in it before beds were in.
Ooh.
I don't
I got
remember
it
those.
at 1.7.3? Was it 3? Something
That
like that,
account-
1.7. Something.
The account that the Infinite Gaming Camera now uses is my original account, so I don't know if it'll show the original purchase date anymore. I don't know if it'll show
Can you see
the
that?
Huh.
name change. Yeah, if you go onto the Mojang account, you can see when the game was purchased, which is pretty cool.
Ooh, okay.
Let's try and remember
wait,
this
let me log
Infinite Gaming login.
Alright,
Silence.
everyone's logging in right now. I
Everyone's
guess.
trying to log into Mojang. No, I can't remember the username.
I'm not. I'm letting
Okay.
you guys take care of
think
that.
I forgot my
Yeah, I'm
password.
just leaning back in the chair, waiting for something else to happen.
Right.
Wait, I'm just
Um,
randomly guessing my passwords. I think I forgot mine. Oh.
I've been playing like a little bit of things here and there. Like a few of my friends, or a particular friend of mine, has been playing the Kingdom Hearts series, and
Oh, wow.
so I've kind of been trying to jump back into that, playing on like emulators and stuff. But
That's pretty much what I've been doing as well. I found a way to hook my emulators up to Steam.
Oh.
So for a while, I was running my Wii games
mhm.
on a backup hard drive because the disk drive had broken. Basically, I got all the games I already owned and just put them on this hard drive, and
Yeah.
I've dragged them onto my PC, and now I can just go into Steam and just boot whatever game I like. So I've been playing Beatles Rock Band an awful lot because it seems to work better than the Wii ever did with the drum
Yeah.
kit. There's just less latency. Speaking of Rock Band, there's another one being announced.
Yeah. Rock Band 4.
How exciting!
And
I'm a little bit
it's
disappointed.
it's kind of
It's not on
crazy
PC, on
because
Wii U.
like I just found a game on PC that's basically a clone of the Rock Band and Guitar Hero games. It's called
Really?
Phase Shift. Like I literally found that a day or two before Rock Band 4 was announced. So
That's pretty cool.
I'm kind of excited for that. I don't know what to expect by way of the songs like that. You never know.
Apparently, they basically are putting it in so that you can take all your DLC and the songs from Rock Band 1 and Rock Band 2 will be in Rock Band 4. They've not said Rock Band 3 songs will be in. But it's still a lot of songs to go into the game. I think Rock Band's got the most download songs
Right.
compared to Guitar Hero anyway. But yeah, it's pretty cool. As I said, I'm just disappointed it's not on either Wii U or PC because those are the
Right.
two consoles I own. So I'm hoping they port it to PC if we get a loud enough sort of
Yeah.
number of people shouting at them to port it.
If they don't, I'll end up being able to buy a controller for cheap because I started, when I found Phase Shift, I started looking for a place that I could buy an old controller because I can't find my old Guitar Hero ones with the USB. So maybe I'll be able to at least buy the controller and play Phase Shift on my computer with a decent priced controller. Like I saw one that was going for like $500 or
Wow.
something crazy
Oh,
like
that's a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
Wait,
So maybe
which
they'll-
controller?
I think
Which
was it the
controller was
Guitar
that?
Hero ones?
Yeah, it was one of the Guitar Hero ones.
What?
Just the original one with the USB.
Right.
I know
Holy
the ones
crap.
that
I think I
Yeah.
have a gold mine then.
I think it's
I-
brand new $500. I don't think it's like used
Ah.
$500.
Yeah, well,
I,
So
my old, I got Guitar Hero 2 controller
yeah.
for the PlayStation 2 thing. Yeah, for PlayStation 2. And yeah, it's basically not used since I got the controller right before the switch from PS2 to PS3.
If
So it basically got rendered useless.
Yeah, it is nice finding stuff that might still be valuable if you bought it a
Right.
long time ago. I used to have a Nintendo DS Lite about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a special edition Zelda one.
Ooh.
But it wasn't. There's like a gold one that a lot of people have because they did a large sort of print of those.
Yeah.
Whereas the one I had was a silver one for the game Phantom Hourglass, and it was only released in Europe. Apparently, they only made 1,000 of them.
Ooh.
And I had one. I've looked at the picture. I think I had number 372. But I sold that on eBay for £50 to a nice Australian man. And apparently that, with the box, is now worth over £1,000.
Ah.
So that really hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of you had any horrible stories like that keep you up at night? Oh.
I don't think so.
Not
I
really,
don't
no.
tend to
think I-
sell stuff. I tend
Yeah.
to keep it. I
Yeah.
don't tend to sell anything.
Yeah.
I very much wish I did keep it.
I'm
I
very
still
much a
have
pack
a-
rat.
Purple. I have a purple Game Boy Color still.
Yeah, I've
which,
still got my Game Boy Colors.
Yeah.
I don't know where mine
and
is.
I right now have the Tetris game in my hands because it's just laying on my desk for some weird reason. And I recently even played it just for nostalgia and I guess boredom.
Can I
I've got
admit
a
something?
game.
Can I admit
What's
something?
that?
I've
It's-
never really played that much Tetris. I didn't play it a lot as a kid.
Yeah, I never. I had like a knockoff game console. It wasn't a Game Boy. It was like, I think it was from like a supermarket that you'll get for about £25 or something, and it just had a Tetris clone on there. So I played that a fair amount, but it wasn't really an addiction. It was more like, oh look, I can play Tetris. I'll play it 2 games and then put it down for another 3 weeks. So yeah, Tetris is not one of those games that I can just sit there and play for a long time.
Right. It definitely wasn't one that I played as a kid though, which might be a
Yeah.
bit shocking to some people.
Yes. I think
yeah,
Tetris and
so-
Super Mario Bros. Are the 2 games I played the most as a kid.
Yeah, I played
Yeah,
a lot
mine-
of Super Mario.
Mine was Pokemon.
Uh,
Hands
Oh
down.
yeah, that's really high up.
So much
Uh,
Pokemon. I still
Speaking
play
of
it.
Pokemon,
Don't even
I've been
care.
I started trying to do a Nuzlocke on Pokemon Pearl on an emulator.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that far, and I started it last night. It's kind of scary in a way to do that, especially
Yeah, I've
since
never-
I haven't played a lot of Pokemon. I don't really need that much of a challenge. Like it's already gonna be a challenge for me to learn the Pokemon. But I've seen people play Nuzlocks, and it looked exciting. So
Yeah, I've never challenged myself to a Nuzlocke. I just prefer just playing it as it comes, I think.
yeah.
One day maybe.
I don't know. We'll see how close I stick to the Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
Any other opinions about Rock Band 4? Anybody know anything really?
No, I can't say anything. I'm only on Guitar Hero. Or I only
Yeah.
played Guitar Hero.
Yeah. I started
I
off
did play
playing
Guitar Hero.
Hero.
Dead really.
Like there's
It's-
always
it's
that.
basically the same game though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was always that bitter rivalry though. Like as a kid, you saw two fighting things, and you always picked one side, and you always just hated the other side. So
Yeah.
that's what it was like for me for the longest time with Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Me and my friend would always play all of the Guitar Hero stuff, and we would just bash on Rock Band for being stupid and all that. And then eventually Rock Band 3 came out, and we got it, and we were like, wow, this is actually a lot better than Guitar Hero in our opinion. So
Yeah, I think it's just nice to see them coming back because
yeah,
they sort of just dropped off the face of the earth, didn't they?
yeah,
Because I think people were just fed up of buying these plastic instruments that just clogged up the cupboards every year. I mean, you could
Right.
reuse them, but if you needed a new drum kit, say, we broke our Guitar Hero drum kit that came with
Yeah.
number 4, yeah. The cymbal didn't work, so I had to go buy a Rock Band drum kit, because it was cheaper, but it was still like £30, which is the price of another game. So,
See,
yeah,
that's one of the good things about that rivalry is they still allowed the compatibility between the peripherals. Like they
Yeah.
allowed you to play Rock Band if you had the Guitar Hero stuff. They allowed you to play Guitar Hero with the Rock Band stuff. It was a really nice.
yeah,
uh,
it was good of them to not be, to put it nicely, dicks and exclude the other people.
Do we know if there's
Um,
going to be a new Guitar Hero
I don't
I
think
to-
so.
No,
to compete with Rock Band 4?
I'd be
'Cause if
happy
not-
with Rock Band just carrying on and flying the
Yeah.
flag for that genre, though.
I'd be fine with it too, but I feel like there kind of needs to be that competition, you know?
Yeah, I mean, a competition is good for any business, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
So I
Like
don't
was
know.
always
We'll see how it turns out.
I was always a bigger fan of the instruments of the Guitar Hero series.
Yeah, the Guitar Hero had the click on the
Right.
strum bar, didn't it? Whereas
Yeah.
the Rock Bands, they was
Rock
just,
Band didn't. It was
It was
silent.
just floppy and silent.
So
I
that-
did
that
enjoy the
was
click
good.
a lot more. Yeah.
I wish they would like
I-
do
yeah.
a collaboration where they would get Guitar Hero to make the instruments and the Rock Band group to make the game.
Yeah, maybe Rock Band will just take the click into
Yeah.
consideration, because I know a lot of people praise Guitar Hero just for that fact.
I kind of get that
Um,
click when I'm playing Phase Shift on my keyboard. Like I use the Shift and Arrow keys, so it's almost nostalgic, but not really because it's a
It's a
different
keyboard.
physical action.
Yeah. You don't get to
Uh,
stand in your bedroom just pretending you're a rock star.
Oh, I still pretend I'm a rock star. I'm just holding a keyboard as opposed to a fake guitar. Still feels just as silly, if not more
Yeah.
silly.
Back when Guitar
Uh.
Hero 4 came out, we got the microphone with it, and I ended up taping the microphone to a copper pipe, propping it up in front of me, and I played bass, because I play bass in real life,
Yeah, I play
playing the
guitar.
bass alongside it. And it was really fun to do, because
Yeah,
you just got loads of points, and it was great.
I did the same thing with my guitar, my real
Yeah.
guitar. So
Have any of you played Rocksmith?
yes, I played the
That's-
original one.
No.
That's
Not at
been yeah, I've never played it just because you needed that USB adapter, which I think cost a fair amount, didn't it?
I got it. It came with it for me. Like when I bought
Did
the
it?
game, it was $70, I think, for the full package.
Yeah. I think it was
Yeah.
like £60 over here, which doesn't convert very nicely, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Rocksmith
But I
is
played it.
the basically you play real guitar or you
Yeah,
learn to
and
play
you plug it
okay.
in.
I'd-
I might pick it up if it's on cheap somewhere, because I do play guitar and bass, so it'd be quite nice to be able to, just play my actual instrument for a change.
I don't know how well it works as like a learning experience because I already knew a lot of guitar when I got the game. So
Yeah.
for me, it was just like almost playing Rock Band or Guitar Hero with maybe a
Yeah.
little degree of difficulty, getting used to the way it looks and feels. But as far as like the learning aspect of it goes, I didn't really get anything out of it. That's why I didn't play it a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of a genre of games that is being revived, with all the new VR stuff,
Oh,
is that a good enough segue?
Yep, that works.
I mean, there was a big rush in the 90s, wasn't there, of VR stuff with like the Visual
Yeah.
Boy. But yeah, Valve's version looks pretty sweet, I must
Mhm.
admit. I think it's possibly the only company that I trust at the minute with the VR. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
most
own a
definitely.
PS4, so I can't get Morpheus.
Right.
Oculus, I've never seen anyone blown away
Facebook.
by it. And Facebook.
A friend of mine owns the Oculus one.
That's really, which I know they've got 2 dev kits out, haven't they?
Yeah,
I-
I think he has the first.
The first
I
one.
don't know I think the one with the lower screen resolution.
Yeah, I don't
But it's still
know.
awesome.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? Anyway, to buy.
Yeah,
at
it
the
was
minute.
like 1,000 euros
Wow,
around when he bought it.
It
crazy.
was like $300 around here in the U.S. I think.
Yeah, I think you have to import them, and then that gets taxed
Ah.
upon and stuff
Yeah.
coming over here.
Yeah, that's
So-
terrible.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Valve's.
Yeah, I am too.
It looks-
The most interesting part about it for me is they have the special controllers with it.
Yeah, the controllers do look
Ooh.
nice.
Cause
Um,
yeah,
it's like having two Wii nunchucks in your hand, isn't it? Kind of for the
Yeah.
VR controllers. And then they've got the two little beacons that you put in each corner of your room, and then it can basically track where you
Right.
are in the room, as well as tracking your head's gyro, your height and stuff. So it should provide sort of a more accurate representation of what you're doing. I should hope.
right. See, I'm more worried about the experience for the people that are in a cramped up space with that. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like it was made for people to maybe walk around a bit more. People with a bit more space, like for example, the Kinect, you have to have a lot of
Yeah.
space. So I wonder how that's going to translate for the people that want to sit at their desk and stay in
I
their
think-
seat to play these games.
I feel like Valve knows that their audience is usually
It's
Like-
lazy.
right.
lazy. Yeah, it's like people playing Counter-Strike, people playing Portal, people playing Team Fortress. They're just hunched over a desk.
Mhm.
So I think they've got that covered. I trust
Yeah.
Valve. Yeah, I think the one thing about the announcement that I was most excited about was the Steam Link thing.
yeah,
which-
that was
Have you seen that?
But no, I
I
didn't see
haven't
that.
actually seen it now.
It's like a Chromecast if you use one of those. So
Mhm.
you basically hook it up to your TV through the HDMI, and then it'll stream content from another source. Whereas it basically just streams your games. So if you've done the in-home streaming with Steam, that was hard to say. Then you can basically just stream your games to another room, take a controller through, and play it like it's on the TV instead. So
Mhm.
I was
So
actually
something
looking at
Something
Yeah, I
like
was-
the Nvidia Shield thing.
Yeah, very similar
Okay.
to that. But Valve's own version, and it works with both AMD and Nvidia cards. So, and I think they announced the price is like $60, so that'll be about 50 quid for over here.
Yeah.
I think
Thanks
it's-
tax.
I think it's $50 in the US.
$50. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'll probably get one of those almost on day one because I've been a person to drag my PC through to the TV just to play games like Batman Arkham games. I've always played on a TV, so it just feels wrong to be sat with a keyboard. So I always use a controller. But yeah,
I
I'm
use
looking
two
forward to that.
TVs as my monitors, and I always
Oh.
stay in my room.
Ah.
So
Fair
Don't you
enough.
have some Xbox controllers or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
I have an
for
Xbox
PC?
controller.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Xbox controllers. It's just
Why
I-
do you
I-
just go? Why don't you just stay at your PC then? I would be
don't
too
know,
lazy
it's-
to
I've-
move it over.
I just feel like I should be laying on my back in the most sort of slobbish position possible when I'm playing console
Oh, okay,
games.
yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. It's just
that's
always
not a
how I've
problem
done
for
it
me.
with like I have the nostalgia of being so close to the console because they had wired controllers. That I just feel like console gaming for me. I've always grown up sat 3 feet from the TV because that's how long the wire was,
Right.
kind of thing. So it just feels right for me to be there. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. I'm especially excited about VR finally making it this year. At least I hope it's this year, by the end of the year.
Yeah. Supposedly Valve is
Because-
coming out this year, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it said
And-
summer 2015.
Same with the
Thought so.
Oculus. I think they're trying to aim for the holiday season with the consumer release.
Yeah.
Think. Not
It'll be
entirely
nice
sure
to
about
see.
that.
I think
Yeah.
Valve will be good because I think it natively supports Source.
Right.
At least that's what I assume. I mean, it Valve's thing, so if anybody
Mm-hmm.
were to make a game in Source, it'd work for that.
And Source 2, which was also announced.
Yeah.
It's going to be free as well, like completely free, no royalties. Like I didn't put this on the list, but I don't know if
Unreal.
you guys. Yeah, Unreal
Yeah.
4 is free, though I think they take a certain percentage of profit.
Yeah, I think it's
royalty
5%
fees?
after
Yeah,
5%
after
after
$3,000.
$3,000,
right.
which to be honest isn't a lot.
It's really not. That's like what
No. Maths is hard.
$150? I don't know. It's,
Yeah, $150. Um,
don't quote me on
but yeah,
that. It was-
have you played with the Unreal Engine stuff?
I haven't yet. I downloaded it, and I
Yeah.
played the Unreal Tournament demo a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
played
fun.
with the car demo on it.
I've
Um,
had to use Unreal Engine 4 in my college course.
Have you really? Wow.
Really?
Yeah. We
You
had
have
this was before it
experience.
was well, not much, but it's most of it was just Google and YouTube watching some stuff, and eventually something comes out of it.
That
but-
was my entire degree. So
Yeah, but yeah, this is before it was free. They actually paid for us all to have free licenses.
that's really
when
cool.
Before it was
Nice.
free, and kind of, it's kind of come down now. You don't need them anymore, but
It was a nice token gesture.
yeah, and we can both use it at home and whatever and stuff. And I think I made at the time we had to do like a recreation of a game that we wanted to do or something like that. I can't quite remember. It's been a while now, but I did the track from Forza, the Aston
Really?
Martin circuit, and it was pretty good. Yeah, it takes some getting used to and stuff, but
Yeah. That sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
it's just getting used to the program and knowing the things that the program can do. Like we didn't get into hardly any detail about it.
Yeah. I mean, I quite like to jump into it. I know C++ as a programming language.
Yeah.
And that it seems to have C++ built in because most games are built on it. So yeah, it'd be nice to maybe apply some of my degree knowledge to it and see what I can come up with.
Yeah.
But it's just good that it's free to download and use. Same with the Source one. I don't really
Yeah.
know what's going to change coming the Source one apart from maybe Half-Life 3, Portal 3.
that
all the
that was
three
such a disappointment
numbers.
to everyone.
You see, I've never played Half-Life at
Me
all.
neither.
No, neither have I.
I've played a little bit of it. I haven't beat it, but still, the fact that Valve was gonna be at GDC holding some sort of conference, it didn't matter the conference, at on March the 3rd, 3/3 at 3 p.m. Everybody thought there was gonna be a Half-Life 3 announcement, and there wasn't. And it was the
Yeah.
perfect time to announce it.
And they didn't.
They didn't.
maybe
But,
they wait until like 2033 or 2023 just to
Yeah.
get more threes in there.
I don't know. Maybe with the Source 2, they'll give us something. I feel like they might have been working on it for the longest time, and they don't want to say anything about it because there's
Yeah.
this so big of an expectation for it that they want it to be right, and like they're sitting
You
there
can't blame them.
developing it, and they're like,
Yeah.
no, this isn't good enough. We have to keep working at it, and so
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's
that's probably seen
Made it
what's
like a
happened to-
myth.
yeah.
Probably seen what's happened to GTA and people getting annoyed with it, with deadlines being pushed back and everything. So they
Yeah.
decided not
Right.
to mention anything,
Yeah,
which is probably one of the safest things you can do.
exactly.
I saw somebody point out that there were Portal clips in the Source 2 trailer or
Yeah.
something that they released on that day. So
The
if
thing
Portal
was that
3
was
comes out, I'm pretty excited.
that was like a sort of demo of just like for the technology. It wasn't a game demo per se. It wasn't.
Right.
This is a game that we are making. It's more of this is similar to something that we have done in the past, just done a little better with our new, our new toys.
Yeah.
Like, this is what
So-
we can do, sort of thing.
Right. But I would be excited if they made Portal 3, Half-Life 3, or Team Fortress 3, or any of
Left
the
4 Dead
three.
3.
Yeah. Valve, learn to count to 3. Come on.
1, 2, finish.
Like, do you think they're gonna come out with Source Engine 3? Probably
No,
not.
2.5.
Probably
2.5.
in
Or
a
4.
very distant future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was glad that HTC's tagged onto this as well.
Yeah.
The Valve stuff because
Yeah.
Valve are not a hardware company.
Exactly.
No,
So
it'd be like me making something. I mean, they've got a lot more knowledge, but
I feel like Valve's
they've got
trying
that
to be.
experience.
I feel like Valve's trying to be more hardware based.
Yeah,
with,
they're
you
sort
know,
of-
the
Yeah,
They're
the
putting the
Steam box.
fingers
Steam
in a lot of
machines
pies,
and
aren't they?
yeah. So
And the controller looks really nice. The one with the little trackpads. I think I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to
Uh.
trying that out.
Yeah, but
Don't really like
yeah.
that one. But at least the looks of it.
it's definitely
it
a smart
looks-
move for them to partner with HTC.
Yeah. Yeah. One more point I think we've got on the list is that Xbox Live is coming to Windows 10 for free.
Yes.
Gonna be
The-
good.
And there's been a
Talk
lot of
on that, console
controversy about
users.
that. All the console users are so like jealous of that.
The
They're
thing
like,
is,
oh,
though,
whatever.
with the console, they're paying for further than the service, aren't they? So like they're paying for the storefront, they're paying for the hosting of all the games and that sort of thing. Whereas with a PC, there's that big of an infrastructure already with Steam
Yeah.
that I think Xbox Live will be more of just a social aspect. It
Yeah.
wouldn't need all the fresh new servers. It wouldn't need the added voice chat, whatever it does with a party chat. I don't think so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's a smart move
It,
from Microsoft.
it really irks me that the console users, the big defense is, oh, well, at least we get the free games with gold, and it's not really free games since you're
If I-
paying for
yeah.
the
Yep.
gold.
If I-
Free games for something you pay for. Nice.
If I evaluate my Steam account with like the full retail games, which you can just do on like Google, I think I get to about $3,000 spent on Steam, and I've spent
Wow.
nowhere close to that thanks to the sales.
Yeah.
Like I'd be surprised if I'd spent a fifth of that. Like just today, I bought Dying Light, not through Steam. I got it through another website, and I got it for half price, just because my friends wanted to play it. So I got it for £20, whereas it's only just come out and it's £40.
Mm-hmm.
So I think being on a PC, you get that many more savings, like
Right.
Yeah.
just on the games, that even if you get a free copy of Guacamelee every month on console, or you get a free copy of Binding of Isaac or whatever you get, I think the savings that I have got on Steam and that we get on Steam outweigh that completely.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
problem is though with most games it's actually a physical disc, so you can't get a free copy off the internet and burn it to disc because it's just not something that your console allows you
Yeah.
to do. Whereas
Yeah.
with PC, most of the stuff it's more digital nowadays. Hardly any
Yeah.
disc games that you can go out and buy.
Yeah, I went into Game, which is like the main sort of game shop here in the UK, and they have the smallest PC section. It's basically just got The Sims 4, Command and Conquer, and about it, and Steam credit cards.
Yeah,
So
that's
there's literally no physical sort of resale of games anymore for PC, whereas console, I think a lot of people buy consoles because it's quite a closed environment, so I would never have thought to build a PC when I was a kid, because to me a PC was a thing for my dad to do spreadsheets on,
yeah.
Yeah.
whereas a console was there to be fun and have Mario on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of console users are of the younger scale, where
Yeah.
they don't have the money to put forward to build a full PC. They don't really see further than that. So yeah.
I don't know exactly what to expect with the Xbox Live on a PC. Like, what are they even gonna do with it?
I imagine
That's-
because it's Windows 10, it'll be integrated to
Yeah, but
other
like,
stuff.
how are they gonna do it? Like, are you gonna be able to have your avatar from your Xbox account and like chat with
Probably.
your friends there? Like,
I
let's say
imagine
you
they'll
have
put
friends
like
on
a party chat in.
Xbox One. That'd be kind of interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I'd
'Cause
imagine
I'd-
so, and maybe like an overlay similar to what Steam does.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already a program called Xbox Smart Glass. If you have an
Yeah.
Xbox One, it kind of links up with that, and it gives you the store and your friends list and whatever. And you can actually launch games from Xbox Smart Glass, and they'll start on your Xbox if it's on the same network as you.
I mean,
actually
even PC
pretty
stuff,
cool.
you can do similar stuff to that though. Like today when I
Yeah.
bought Dying Light, I told Steam to download it while I was away from my PC.
Yeah,
So, I mean, Steam's not that far behind on even user experience or anything. I mean, they've even got streaming and stuff built in, which the consoles are all fighting about nowadays, whereas Steam has it quietly there if you want to use it. I've never particularly, like, actively looked for a stream on Steam before, but it's there if I want it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see where the Xbox Live goes on Windows 10.
It'll be a fun podcast.
Yeah.
I can't speak anymore. Fun podcast in a year's time
Yep.
when everything's out.
Indeed.
We'll look back at our first one and be nostalgic.
So,
And how stupid we were with our assumptions.
Yeah, I think that's about all our topics, and we're about
Yeah.
an hour's length, aren't we?
nearly. I think we got
Nearly.
room for one more controversial thing that
Okay.
that's happened in the past, just to wrap things up a little bit. So, I think was it this week or was it last week? I'm so
I
bad
think
with
it
time.
was. I think
Last
it,
week.
it broke out
On the weekend
last
last week.
Thursday
Uh,
or last Friday, one of those.
Friday
Yeah.
was for me. Doing the school.
So, this
Yeah.
dress that everybody is just head over heels over, like, just, is it black or blue or white and gold? What do you guys
I
think?
get black and blue.
Yeah. Same
I
here.
don't.
But
Sorry to say this, but I get white and gold.
you're broken.
Okay.
Yep.
So the reason behind this, they did studies, and you've probably heard it everywhere by now.
Yeah,
It's this weird way that your eyes take in light, and it just varies from person to person because of the way that people's eyes are adjusted. I'm not a very sciencey person, so that's about the best
yeah.
I'm gonna explain.
From what I got of it, it's basically ambiguous data. So with the
Yeah.
picture, eyes can take different bits of data in different ways. So
Right.
I think it was the rods in your eye are the ones which judge light. So what I read was a lot of people's eyes are seeing the blue as a shadow
Yeah.
and then moving it to the closest shade, which was a white. So that's
Yeah.
how it turned to white, and then the gold was the black was translated to gold and calculated from that.
I
So it
saw
just depends on what your eyes are sort of doing.
I saw like a brownish color that I guess could be considered in a way gold, but I just saw that
Yeah.
as light hitting black.
Yeah,
And-
that's exactly where I'm at with it.
So I tried my very, very hardest to see it the other side. Like I tried to see white and gold, but I just couldn't.
Yeah, I was the
It-
same.
It's
I
black
was
and blue.
I was staying at my girlfriend's house when I first saw it. I was on Twitter. It was about 1 a.m. Just about to go to sleep, and then I was like, people are going crazy on Twitter over this dress. So I was like, it's black and blue, and then I showed my girlfriend it, and she saw white and gold, and it actually made my stomach turn and felt a bit sick
Yeah.
because like everything I knew was wrong.
What is it
I-
real?
Yeah.
I think that's why it was so popular is because like both sides saw it, saw that they were right, like they knew in their mind, no, I'm right. How is this person being wrong? Are they just messing with me? Or
Yeah.
are they serious right now?
It
So,
sounds really weird and deep, but I saw a lot of comparisons with religion.
yeah.
People get very kind of irate about the religion, and it's like
Yeah.
the same data from both sides, but people come to different conclusions, and it's just one of those
Exactly.
things where if they've got different conclusions from the same data on something, that it just splits everyone down the middle and makes it so sort of controversial and so sort of widespread through people. Yeah, it's blue and black.
It
It's white.
it was marketed as blue and black. In the
Yeah,
picture,
Yeah, I
Sure.
saw the original.
to me, it looked blue and black. I can understand why people saw it as white and gold. I didn't, but people with broken eyes clearly did.
To be fair though, when I saw it the first time, I thought it was white and gold, and then probably a couple of hours later, scrolling through my Facebook feed again, and I saw the same picture again, and it
Mhm.
genuinely did look blue and black.
It's
So
weird,
I'm
isn't it?
kind of I don't know anymore. I don't know which color.
You're on
colour
both
it is.
teams.
Yeah.
No,
Hmm.
I only saw the gold and white. I saw some comparison pictures where
Yeah.
they showed the actual dress and
Yeah.
the dress, but I never saw the blue and black thing. It's just I don't even know how that should be changeable or something. It's just
Yeah,
weird for me.
I never managed to see white and gold, and it really kind of frustrated me because
Yeah.
I
stared
wanted
at
to
it
see it.
Nice, stupid.
for the
Yeah.
longest time.
You guys
Oh,
look
cool.
at that I put in the thing.
Yeah.
That's
If I remember, I'll like throw that in the podcast video.
yeah.
Like the far left one.
Yep.
I can kind of see the white and gold.
Yeah,
I can
same.
I can completely see it.
Which one's the original? Is the middle one the original?
I
think
the blue
so.
and black. I see blue and black on the right.
Yeah. The middle one's
middle
the
one-
original.
Middle one is
Yeah.
the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I still get
I'm
white
stupid.
and gold, blue and black, blue and black.
Nope. Complete opposite. I see the blue and black on the right. Yes, I agree on that.
Yes. Yeah.
The left one, complete white and gold. The
Yeah.
middle one is gold with white with a slight blue touch, but not much.
Yeah,
But
I'm with
definitely
you on
goes
that.
black and blue.
The middle one is kind of a mixture. It's kind of borderline either or.
Yeah.
So I can understand then if that is the original. I don't know if it is or not, but if it is, then I can kind of see why people are saying, well, it's blue and black or it's golden. White.
The weird
so-
thing about it I
Why
found
am
was
I
that,
so stupid?
is that everybody was saving it, turning it into a JPEG, which then basically just lowers the quality.
Yeah.
And it still maintained the weird color thing even
Yeah.
after it's been
It's-
saved and re-uploaded.
it's an optical
so many
illusion.
times.
I
Yeah.
think it has a lot to do with the sun you see there in the top right corner. I
Yeah.
think just because the surrounding light is the way it is, I think the way people's mind is used to dealing with the colors they're seeing, they adjust it in their mind and see what they see.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
A lot of links here. I hope I remember to put them in the video.
We believe in you.
Yeah, you will be.
All right.
Anyways, does that about wrap it up for today's
Yeah,
very
that
first
should put us
Infinite Gaming
over
podcast?
over an hour. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll be back either next week or the week after. We haven't really figured that out yet.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe with a different lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take it as it comes. So
Yeah, whatever.
So we hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.